Hello and welcome back to another Spiritual Sunday in the Sauna. Today I want to talk about putting first things first. Now, this is something that I've been thinking about honestly for years now. There was a point in time a handful of years ago where I realized that the things that I said that I valued were more aspirational than they were accurate. Here's what I mean. When I discovered this, I would have told you that my top, let's just say 3 priorities were my faith, number 1, my family, number 2, and my health, number 3. Or maybe I would have said, and career, somewhere in there, 4. And what I realized was that looking at my schedule, looking at my daily calendar, my weekly calendar, my monthly calendar, and taking inventory of the amount of time and energy that I spent thinking about these things that I claimed were faith number 1, family number 2, health number 3, were actually inverted. And health was actually number 1. I thought a lot about my physical, my mental, and my emotional health, and it became so big in my mind that I was putting it before the things that I said were more important to me, like my faith, like my family, my relationships, my career. And when I realized that, it was a big wake-up call. And the reason why is because as a Christian in my faith, the goal is to love God above all else, right? That's the first commandment. You shall have no other idols. Love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and strength. Or the greatest commandment. It's the first and the greatest. And of course, to love your neighbor as yourself. But my point is, that was not number 1 in my life. Really, the idol that I had was my health, and having health as a top priority is not a bad thing. In fact, I would encourage that. I would encourage that health is in your top 5 at the very least, if not top 3. But it was an issue because it was actually number 1 and I thought it was number 3. And how often do we deceive ourselves and think that something is more important than it really is, or something is not as important as we really make it out to be in our minds, in our daily actions, in our conversations. I had more conversations about health than I did about career, family, faith, and it was very apparent and alarming. And the reason why this was so alarming is because there's an element of cognitive dissonance or incongruence. And I think as humans, I know as humans that we want to be in alignment with the identity that we take on or the identity that we give ourselves, for better or worse. But whenever there's an element of incongruence or basically like a lack of integrity, whether it's purposeful or not, and in this case it was obviously not, it was accidental and unconscious until it became conscious. But when we have this incongruence, then once we recognize that we're incongruent, there's a desire to become more congruent or become congruent, period. And so I just want to challenge you, and especially if you're a Christian, to look at that greatest commandment that Jesus gives us, to love the Lord your God with all your soul, strength, and might, and to love your neighbor as yourself, and just to see, is there anything that you love more than God? Is there anything that you love more than his goodness, his asking of us, him, period? Is there anything that you love more? And if so, don't condemn yourself, don't get upset with yourself, don't pity yourself, but instead just recognize it sort of from an objective point of view and go, oh, wow, this is so interesting. You know, back in the day, before the Industrial Revolution, the word priority was a singular noun, meaning we only had one priority. And then after that, we turned it into a plural noun where we now have multiple priorities. But if we keep first things first, whatever your top one priority is, how does that affect all of the other things? How does that create a cascade or a solid foundation for everything else to also rise and be as good as it possibly can be? And for me, when I'm strong in my faith and when I actually make it number one, I'm putting time, effort, energy, mental space, thoughts into it, prayer obviously into it, then everything else in my life honestly could be going cray-cray, and I'm still okay. I'm still okay if that's number one and that's solid. So maybe take a look at your priorities, recognize what is number one for me. Is it aspirational or is it foundational? Is it actual? And then just kind of compare and contrast your calendar, your actions, your thoughts, your energy with that number one priority, and see what you can do to make one tiny, really tiny, small shift towards making that one priority that you want to be your priority, or the one that is, even more so above the rest. Just one small little thing. Like I said, no need to pity, no need to get upset, no need to berate yourself. Just recognize and see what you can do to change it. See what you can do to tweak or enhance it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going really fast because, man, it's really hot in here. I gotta get out. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon in the next one.
Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button or leave a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that the next time I put out a video, you'll be the first to know. I'll see you soon in the next episode.